Cast me to the mortal realms. It's time for the Mad Merlins review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer, Issue 5. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mad Merlins video. So today I'm bringing you Issue 5 of Stormbringer. Now, as you know, this would have been my stopping point on the collection, but as I am continuing now with my full subscription, this is the first issue in my subscription, along with issue 4 and issue 6. So I won't be filming issue 6 until next week when it's due out for release, but I am video filming issue 5 as that is this week's issue. It'll probably be straight up for you on Wednesday. I forgot what day of the week it was, but yeah, it will be up on YouTube ready for you guys to watch. So before we get into the magazine, don't forget to of course give this video a little like and drop a comment down below as well, as it helps YouTube get to know that this channel exists. And also, why not subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with all my mad content. And yeah, don't forget to check all my links that are in the description down below. So without further ado, let's take a look at issue 5 of Stormbringer. So this is of course our exclusive collection exclusive model, the Praetor Champion. Not only that, we get 6 extra dice. So let's take a look inside the magazine. So not only do we get the magazine, we get a fold out all about the Defenders of the Mortal Realms. So more information on our good guy collection. So we get our model with a 40mm base. We'll have a closer look at her in a minute. I'm just throwing stuff away now. We get 6 six-sided dice. So these are your bog standard D6s. And look at that, that's probably the best roll I've ever seen for brand new dice. But yeah, right. Let's go vertical. We'll have a look at the model and flip through the magazine, and then I'll give you my thoughts on this issue. And here we have our exclusive model. And as you can see, very few components, which is pretty cool, but she's in a nice dramatic standing pose. And there we have her front. Got a lovely bare head there. Her helmet is held in her hand there. So we actually get a nice look at what a Stormcast's helmet is like. So previously they've all been sort of straps over the heads. This one looks more like it's a bowl with the faceplate attached, which is pretty cool, interesting. So yeah, we got back of her torso here, we got all the armor joints you can see, which is pretty nice. We got the cloak, her front half there, so we got her arm which will hold the helmet, small offhand dagger, her loincloth there, her leg armor, and the front half of the cloak with the Sigmar badge there. And finally, she has her halberd as she is a Praetor. So we've got a nice flowing banner there, which will be quite nice to put some little details on as well. We've got some moulded details on this side. We can add on our own little details if we so wish. And her base is a standard 40mm base. So unlike your previous models, this is not a push fit model. So you will need clippers, glue, and of course a mold line remover. Right then, let's have a look through issue 5. Here we have issue 5 of Stormbringer. So yeah, we get a brand new Praetor Prime model. We learn all about how the Stormcast are forged or reforged, and we have painting and play articles. So our contents list then here. Reforging, all about the Stormcasts. The Age of Myth, part of the history of the Mortal Realms. And Defenders and Destroyers, a fold-out, which will focus more on the collection. We have a collect article for our Praetors. We have build and paint guide for our Praetor Prime. And then we have a brand new mission, Day A Deadly Choice. And all learning about game turns. First page then, we've got Reforging. It is almost impossible to kill a Stormcast Eternal for good. Through the magic of reforging, they are remade in body and soul anytime they die, allowing them to fight endlessly for Sigmar. So if you're new to the Mortal Realms, you don't know much about it, Stormcast Eternals are literally the souls of ancient warriors given new life and formed into the body of the Stormcast Eternals. They basically they're created out of lightning, basically, and are forged solely within their armor. So it's very rare that you will see a Stormcast with their armor removed. Sigmar has a lot of weapons that he likes to equip his Stormcasts with, from axes, hammers, maces, tridents, swords, and even crossbows and handbows. There's also various different types of shields. Those are the Sacrosanct Chamber and Warrior Chamber are very similar, whereas the newer ones are more newer chambers are more circular. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So, a lethal sacrifice. At the moment a Stormcast Eternal dies, their body and soul are transmutated by magic into raw elemental lightning. As this holy lightning travels back to Azir, the Stormcast enemies are left blinded, scorched, and reeling. The boldest Stormcast will charge to where the fighting is thickest in order to use this lethal lightning as a weapon. So yeah, pretty much a Stormcast is immortal in the fact that if he does die, he is reborn over and over again. So yeah, they use the fact that they die and have that energy burst to effect in battle. So it's not uncommon for a Stormcast, as it's just said, to charge into the middle of battle where the fighting is thickest. Next up, we got a page all about the history of the realms, and this focuses on the Age of Myth. So the earliest days of the mortal realms are known as the Age of Myth, a time of heroes, monsters, and epic deeds that has passed into legend for mortal beings. Or as we know it, Warhammer, the game of fantasy battles. But yeah, basically this is the time before time in which the heroes we know now were just mere mortals, or the gods that we know now were mere mortals. But they have now transcended into that godly state and are, as it says, it's the Age of Myth. They were long once heroes, they are now gods. So it is known that in the Age of Myth, Sigmar founded the Pantheon of Order, an alliance of gods who work together. Lariel, goddess of light, Gorkamorka, the twin-headed god of destruction, Grungni, the great maker, and even Nagash, the sinister god of death, were all allies. So yeah, gift of civilization, and then which is Sigmar's main thing. He's creating the mortal realms in which the whole each realm dedicated to a different lore of magic would eventually be civilized by mortals. Powers of chaos. So while the Age of Myth was relatively calm and peaceful, things didn't last too well. We had the breaking up of the Pantheon, in which Nagash decided, oh, I don't want to be a good guy anymore, I'm going to be evil and take all the souls for myself. And of course we have the powers of chaos working in the cracks between the worlds. And here we have the five now, greater factions of chaos. So Khorne, faction of Blood and Skulls, Tzeentch, who loves his magic and manipulations, Nurgle spreads decay and pestilence wherever he goes, Slaanesh, even, not Shaanesh, Slaanesh, god of excess, whose strives for perfection in everything. And my favourite god of chaos, the Great Horned Rat. So he wasn't exactly a god at start, but during the age of end times in the world that was, the Horned Rat finally crossed the pantheon and became a demon god, and is worshipped by a rat like Skaven. Yeah, definitely one of my favourite factions. Pity they're not in the collection somewhere. Right, moving on then, we have our collect article for the Praetors. So this is the free that we get through the collection and our exclusive one that we get in this issue. Praetors are bodyguards, sworn to protect the greatest Stormcast champions in battle. These self-sacrificing guardians are bound to Stormcast leaders, and they work tirelessly to defend them. Each unit is led by a Praetor Prime who commands them in duties. So a nice little blurb here. It's me! I'm the Praetor Prime of this unit. Just as I'm keeping an eye out for you here, I'll keep an eye out for your army on the tabletop. All I need is a good name and backstory. So yeah, if you haven't worked out, the little character that we see throughout the magazine is our Praetor Prime here, and she's just helping us along the way. So let's give her some information. So we've got a table here. We can roll a dice to choose the trait that she has. And over the back, we have a trait chart for the unit itself. And using the name chart we had in the previous issue, we can name the units and also have a little tick box down here for deeds they have done on the battlefield. Excuse me. So this, I believe, is the full multi-part Praetor kit that you can get. So we've got the Prime there and 2 regular Praetors. If we flip back a sec. So yeah, these ones, I believe, are the standard push fit ones that came with Dominion. So yeah, pretty cool models either way. Can't wait to get them later on in the collection. Moving on then, we got a build guide for our brand new Praetor Prime. So take care when cutting out your components. If there's any fragile components like the banner from the halberd, be careful around that. It may pay to cut slightly away from the area and then clip down afterwards. Dry fit first before you apply your glue, and don't use too much glue. Line up and lock in all your components and let it rest till it's finally assembled. And the little tutorial there on how plastic glue actually works. It sort of melts the plastic so that they merge together into one solid component. And here we have our build guide. So we build up, starting off with the head and cape. Then we glue on the torso, the front armor, and then the helmet and the halberd. And we even have a little picture down here telling you where she sits on the base. So don't put her too far back. You want to keep it nice and center. But yeah, you can, if you want to, add a little bit of extra detail to your base. This morning I actually found a nice bit of slate that will look pretty cool on her base. So I may even use that, much like I did with Xandria in the Immortal Realms collection. Right, well, now you got your model built, we can get on and paint her. So we've got a reminder here about how to thin your paints, washing your brushes, keeping everything flowing nicely. Paints you'll need, and the model. So we are painting her in the Hammers of Sigmar colour scheme. So we're painting the entire model with Retributor armor, 3 coats to get a nice solid level layer. Then we're adding some extra base coats. So we're starting with Cantor Blue on the outer cape, and Lead Belcher is used on the loincloth, as well as some of the details on the halberd there. And that's how she looks now that we've got that far. We'll be adding more paints to her in later issues. We're going to have whites to add to the inside of the cape and paint the face. There'll be brown for the hair, reds for the haft of the weapon and the plumes. So yeah, we've got a long way to go. But moving on, we have our brand new mission, so a deadly choice. So in this one, we learn a little more about setting up your games. So we learn about deploying. So put your units in the circles. We'll also learn about movement, moving your units into the fighting area. And then we got data, I keep calling them data records. It's war scrolls in Age of Sigmar. War scrolls for our units here. So the kill boss and the gut rippers, a little bit more fleshed out now. Just a reminder of what we have got. And over the page, we should have the Praetor and the Vindictors. Yeah, just goes through each turn, just telling you how to roll your dice, make your attacks, and everything. Then we have our usual victory bit of text. Yeah, pretty cool. And finally, before we move to the fold out, we have a bit on the basics of the game. So this is all about game turns. So every game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar is broken up into turns. In each turn, you will take different actions with your units, using them to try and secure victory over your opponents. So it goes through explaining all the phases. You start with your hero phase, where your commanders shout orders, your wizards cast spells. Your movement phase, where your units charge across the battlefield. Your shooting phase, where your ranged units will take aim and fire their missile weapons. The charge phase, where you declare your fights and your units charge in. The combat phase, where of course all the fights pan out and you swing your weapons. And finally we have the battle shock phase. So this is the phase where you test the morale of your troops. And over the side we've got a little bit of a tutorial there for the combat phase. So in the next issue we have 10 Hobgrot Slitters. So these are vicious little half-orc, half-grot creatures. They attack with stabbing blades, and they are also known to carry grenades. So in the issue we learn about the Hobgrots, the ways of the Orc, and we also learn about ranged weapons, finally. Yeah, nice little kit. You get 10 models, including a boss, a banner, and I thought there was a hornblower, maybe there isn't. But yeah. Then in issue 7 we get Corax White and Catachan Flesh. So we'll be using this to base coat a lot of the whites, and the Catachan Flesh will be used to base coat a lot of our leathers and even our hair. Right then, let's take a quick look then at our fold out. So this is all about the defenders of the mortal realms here. So the Stormcast Eternals protect the innocent in the mortal realms. When Sigmar's people venture forth, they do so under the guard of these blessed warriors. Each Stormcast Eternal was once a mortal themselves, remade by magic into an unstoppable force of justice. So I got a little bit more about the Stormcast. We see the Stormcast in alliance with the cities of Sigmar. We got some free guild members here, some Dwarden up here. And yeah, so Yndrasta is a seasoned veteran of the Stormcast. Originally, we were getting her in a premium kit, so I might decide to pick her up and the command at some point. Then we got the Sacrosanct Chamber here with some Evocators and a Celestar Blister. Then we got our newer Stormcast warriors there. And we're facing up against the Hordes of Chaos there. Flipping over, so we got a bit more about the Stormcast themselves. So the Praetor Prime is the overall commander of each storm host, and they are known as the Bringers of Unity. There's a bring together all the different sub-factions of the mortal humans, as well as the ancient dragons. Then on the reverse side, we've got the destroyers of the mortal realms. So the cruel boys are cunning raiders who live to pillage and destroy. To these brutal warriors, Sigmar's cities and their inhabitants are mere playthings. To see others ground into the dust brings a cruel boy's joy. They will not rest until everything Sigmar has built is destroyed. So we see a unit of cruel boys here. This is the full plastic kit, which have the option for hand weapons and shields, whereas we've only got the spears, but you also get the musician and the command banner as well. So yeah, we got some nice more information here. It's about the different Uruk clans. So we've got the Iron Jaws, we got the Savage Uruks there, which I think are some of my favourites because they're a little bit of a nutter. Yeah. They're sort of halfway between the Cruel Boys and the more brutal gut ripper Iron Jaws. Yeah. All in all, pretty cool range of models. So yeah, not only are there Uruks, there's trolls and other various creatures. So yeah, Cruel Boys are known to capture other wild creatures and strap various war gear and weapons to them. So we got this little troll thing here, which has a cupola sort of thing with a bunch of orcs inside, throwing out trapping nets. Yeah, all in all, some really nice information there to divulge on our collection. Right then, let's bring everything in and I'll give you my final thoughts on issue 5. So there we have it. That was issue 5 of the Stormbringer magazine from Hachette. So yeah, pretty cool magazine. Nice exclusive model. Can't wait to build her up and paint her. Of course, I'll be painting her in my Iron Fanes colour scheme that I'm working on. I'm looking forward to how the magazine tackles the same colour scheme, but I don't think it'll be much different. I sort of worked out the colours the magazine is going to include later on, and yeah, I think I've made a pretty good estimation on what colours are actually being used for them. So yeah, really nice model, nice detail, pretty cool to add to our collection. The magazine itself has some great information, some more information on the Stormcasts, and a little bit more about the collection factions as a whole. And the build and paint guides are pretty good, and the brand new tutorial mission is pretty cool. We get to see our Praetor Prime in action alongside some Vindictors. Yeah, looking forward to the next few issues. Like I said at the beginning, I have got issue 6, so I will film that next week. I've got to wonder why there's a random little blue jewel in the bottom of my magazine. I got some random weird little blue thingy. No idea where that came from. But yeah, that's issue 6 ready for next week. So yeah, can't wait to put all this together. Well, I won't be putting that together. That is going to my friend who is buying the destruction half of the collection. So yeah. Right. I think that's it for this video. The final thoughts, like I said, pretty good issue. Lovely models. And I think it's a solid 5 out of 5 I'd give this. So yeah, there we have it. Thank you all for watching. Next time, like I said, I'll be reviewing issue 6. And then we got a good couple of issues coming for paints and for Stormcast as well. And we are also getting some more Uruks in the form of a pot caller shaman, Stormcaller, the shaman and his pot grot. We're getting that late in, I think, issue 9. Yeah, 7 we are getting another paint issue, and issue, let's have a bit of a preview. So issue 8 we're getting the Lord Imperatant with his Gryph-hound and a brand new brush. That'd be cool. I've not had any of these brushes yet, so this will be my first one. Looking forward to having that. So yeah, pretty cool stuff coming up. But I think I've rambled on enough. So all what's left me to do is say thank you all for watching. Again, if you think I deserve it, please give this video a like, and why not subscribe to the channel for more mad content. And I will see you next time for Stormbringer. Thank you again for watching, and goodbye.